Let me show you how to use Midjourney, whether you're using it for the first time or the thousandth time. There have been a lot of changes since Midjourney version 6 came out in late December. In this video, I'm going to show you the difference between using the alpha.midjourney website and using Discord to create your images. There are some pros and cons for each of them. Right now, if you've generated 1,000 images in Discord, you have access to alpha and you can do it through the website, which right now is really great for doing consistent characters, consistent styles, and getting those really great results that you can see in real time. But if you're still using Discord, I'm going to cover exactly how to use that as well, all in this amazing video. Let's get right into it. Let me quickly introduce you to Midjourney and how the website works and how you can generate your images. This is your very first time using Midjourney. This is the introductory video for you. This is Midjourney's homepage. You can find it at midjourney.com/home. If you want to sign in or join, you click one of these two buttons. And if you click join, it's going to ask you to connect it to Discord. It connects to my Discord, so I'm already a member. You do have to pay. There are several levels. You can pay $10 a month, $30 a month, 60 or 120. For what you want to do, $10 a month is more than enough. What you get is 3.3 hours of generation per month. That's hundreds of images. If you go past that, I'm at this level, standard plan, $30 a month. I pay $288 a year. The reason I have this one is that when I hit my 15-hour limit, I can just switch to relaxed. It means that it takes a little longer to generate an image. At fast, it takes about 30 seconds. At relaxed, it takes a minute or a minute and a half, but I can have up to 10 jobs waiting in the queue. So I have 3 jobs active, 10 behind it. I can go to the bathroom and come back and all 13 jobs are done. I very rarely have to go into relax mode, only when I'm adding a lot of images to the Midjourney Visual Dictionary. For what you need, it's fine to start here at $10 a month and just see if you hit the limit. Once you connect, there are 2 ways to create images in Midjourney. If you have a brand new account, you're gonna have to use Discord, and the interface looks like this. When you first join, they take you to their server, which looks like a little bit of a boat down here, and it takes you to introduction. You can invite it to your own server, which I've done here. When you want to create an image, type in /imagine to create a prompt. We're going to be adding in prompt variables. We're going to talk a lot about character reference. So if I want to do that, I'll type girl riding a bicycle, but I need my character reference. So let's create that first. When you're using Discord, you do have to upscale the image before you can use it as a reference. I'm going to upscale number 3. And then I type --cref space. Very important that you drag the space. You grab the image and you drag it into the prompt. You want to make sure that after cref, there's a space. See how it lost the space? I have to hit space. Now it will create the image using this image as a character reference. When I hit enter, depending on when you're using Midjourney, it changes all the time. You have to have 1,000 images done in Discord right now before you can use the website, but that's constantly changing. It was 10,000, then 5,000, then 3,000. Now it's at 1,000. When it creates, it's all text. You'll notice that it's in Niji mode. So it's actually in the anime or manga character mode. If I want to correct that, I type /settings and I can change the model that I'm in. I can set the model right here to Midjourney version 6 alpha. Now I can run the same prompt. Once you get this URL, which is the special Midjourney short link for that image, you can use it over and over again. We're going to do the same prompt. Now, let me break it down in a little more detail. In the front of the prompt, we have the description of the image. Then we have the 2 colons. Everything after that is parameters. So it's not describing the image. What's in the image is describing the characteristics. I can also add in other variables such as --AR 16:9, which is --aspect ratio. For every one of these parameters, it goes --parameter code and then a space and then whatever parameter you're going to use. Same thing, if I want to make multiple versions of the image, I can type in --repeat and then a number like 3. When I hit that, it will now generate 3 sets of images, so 12 images at 16:9 in Midjourney version 6 because I've now changed it. I can, if I want to change in the actual prompt and write --Niji 6, that will override the setting I have up here. In the same way, I can do --V space 5.2 if I wanted to use Midjourney 5.2. So you can change it in the prompt or in the settings. You can also, as we're going to talk about, raise the stylized levels, raise stylized in low, medium, high, be in raw mode, all of these things that make a difference. We want to be in raw mode. Whatever settings I make now before I click enter will activate this one. So it's at stylized medium, raw mode. The rest of this, it doesn't matter because it's not going to affect this prompt. These only affect when I do a remix. Relax mode is the slowest, fast mode is the normal speed, and turbo mode, you can go twice as fast and just cost extra money. When I'm doing demonstrations, I do turbo mode. So just so that we can see me doing it faster. So yep, once you run into faster hours, it says you can buy more or go to relax when you have unlimited. This is just for the demonstration to show you how much faster it is when I use turbo mode. And the one difference between using the website, which I'll show you next, and Discord is that I always have to confirm when I do a repeat. I always have to click yes to activate the jobs. Now it's running them in turbo mode and it shows which image it's using as the reference while it's generating. Once it starts generating, it starts creating the actual image and it begins to create the image. So it's beginning to pull in that character reference. As we add in more of the variables, you can get the exact image that you want, but it's already starting to use that character reference. We also need the style reference if we want to get the result that we want, which means we need to pull in two images from our original seed image. And we can do that right here by creating a second image, which we'll use this number 2 and upscale it. So now we have our prompt. And if we want to add in a style reference, we do dash dash sref and pull in this image. And again, we want to make sure that we don't accidentally chop it. So it's going to be sref space. And this should work perfectly. If I get the link wrong, it will tell me right away. And then after this, I can use the short link. We're getting closer and closer to the correct image. This now allows us to reuse the variable. Instead of redragging the image over and over again, we copy and paste the URL. It went from looking terrible to looking really good. This is how we do it in Discord. Now let's look at the website. You can test to see if you have access to this by going to alpha.midjourney.com, and I'll put the link right below this video. There's an explore feed where you can see different images that have been generated today to look for inspiration. If you like a good image and you want to use it or save it, you can hit the heart. Now let's actually create an image. We want to recreate the exact same process. This is the prompt I want to recreate. I'm just going to copy it in and then show you how it's different. We don't have to hit the word /imagine, but pull the two images in right there. Let me show you the manual way. I can change the settings here to version 6, which means I don't need to put that in the prompt. The aspect ratio is there, so I don't need that in the prompt. So aspect ratio, you can choose what you want. If you want an aspect ratio that's not on this list, you can do any aspect ratio. You just can't do it with the slider. You have to do it with the manual way. Stylization variety, I want 0. As stylization, I want it 3 or 400 for this process. Style raw, I can do this. Most of that extra process, those variables I can handle inside of this menu. I want to use this image as the reference for style reference. I drag it in. There are 3 buttons: character reference, style reference, image reference. Image reference is the one that just says, try to make it look kind of like this image. It's not very strong and it will get you the least effective result. We want this to be the style reference. If you hover over it, you can't remember which one's which. You can hover over it. You can drag it from there. You can also drag it from here and make this the character reference. Looking closely, this has the picture of a human. This has a picture of a paperclip. Human is character reference. Paperclip is style reference. I don't know why paperclip means style, but I also don't know what icon would mean style to me. We now have the exact same prompt: girl riding a bicycle with these 2 references and all of the settings in the sliders. Now we can see all of the settings here. They don't have all of the other settings I would want. There are a lot of settings that it doesn't have available yet that it is adding, but we can then create our image by just hitting enter and it starts creating it. It should be quite quick because we are, so let's see if it's still in. So this switches it to fast mode. So it's not in turbo mode anymore because it didn't pull it and it grabbed aspect ratio 2:1, but I don't know what's in that. Looks like it's at 16:9. We'll see if this worked correctly. It should say aspect ratio 16:9 like here. because it is doing 16:9. It looks like 16:9 to me. Once it generates an image, you can then do things to the image. Anything I do in Discord appears on the website. So everything you saw me just doing a minute ago is here on the website. I can take this image earlier and I can choose a whole bunch of variables. Very subtle and strong, upscale it, remix it, zoom it. Those buttons appear after you've upscaled an image when you click on it. And I'm going to cover these in a later video because that's a process we do after we get the image we want. If we go back to Discord, we can see the same buttons here: upscale, very subtle and strong, very region, zoom out, pan left, right, up and down, hard the image, make the image into a square. So the same buttons appear in both places. They're just done slightly different ways. And the other way you can use this image as part of the prompt, you can say use this as the image reference, style reference, or prompt reference. And we can see what happens when I click on prompt. It copies the prompt in. When I click style reference, it makes her the style reference. When I click image, it makes her the image reference. What it doesn't do is make her the character reference. And I can't figure out how to get it to do two any other way. If you want it to be two references, you can get it to be image and style reference, but you can't get it the same image to be style and character reference yet. So that's really the basics of how to use Midjourney, whether using Discord or the website. You can get the same results. And below every single video, I've given you the version of the prompt that you would use in Discord. You can use either tool, whichever feels better for you. I personally feel like it's a little easier using the website for this specific process, but that's all about personal taste. I hope you found that introduction to Midjourney useful. Sometimes it's really helpful to just go back and recover the basics and remind ourselves of all the powerful features that Midjourney actually has. Now that we're playing around with consistent characters, consistent styles, image weights, and all these other advanced features, it's easy to forget what the core features are, what those levers, switches, and buttons all can do. And I wanted to kind of go back to the beginning to just remind us what Midjourney is actually capable of. I hope you found this exciting. And if you did, please take a moment to hit the like button to let me know that you found this video useful. And of course, I always love when you hit that subscribe button. That means more of my videos will show up in your feed. And as always, when you hit the bell, you get notified every single time I post a video, which right now is every single day. Your clicks encourage me to keep on going. Thank you so much for being a part of this growing channel. We're on the mission to hit 2,000 subscribers, and we're getting closer and closer every single day. As always, thank you for staying all the way to the end of the video. If there's something I haven't covered or a feature in Midjourney you want a little more details on, please let me know in the comments right below. That will help me choose what to put in my next video. As always, thank you for staying to the end, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching one of my videos. Hit the like button, and then I've got a couple of sweet videos that I think you're gonna like. I've got one here and another one over here. You're gonna love them.